Recording on. Thank you very much, sir, for the nice, extensive, detailed versions. Now, coming to the world's most popular leader due to his excellent efforts, who gave the slogan "Sabka Saath," inclusion and involvement of everyone, "Sabka Vikas," growth of everyone, "Sabka Vishwas," trust of everyone. And on 15th August 2021, he added "Sabka Prayas," everyone's efforts. Our own honorable, respected Indian Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, he has done a lot of efforts for all society. And also, talking about Indian brothers and sisters, they say one hand Quran, second hand laptop for the modernization of the and the growth, progress of Indian Muslims, brothers and sisters who were exploited by the name of vote earlier, during earlier days, as you cited in your own example in 2004. So, how's your take on our current Indian Prime Minister, Honorable Shri Narendra Modi ji?
Well, I think that in Sanatan we have a belief that we get avatars, and Modi ji is an avatar of this period. भगवान का वरदान है वो. और the best thing happened to India after 1947 is Modi ji. ये नहीं है कि आई एम इन लव विथ मोदी जी बिकॉज ऑफ हिज ब्यूटीफुल फेस और पर्सनालिटी. इट इज हिज डीड्स, what he has achieved, what he has done for the nation, for the country. It is incredible. 2008, India was, I think, not in top 15 economies of the world. India will be third biggest economy in 2027. India is already number 5. Why? Look, there was always potential in India. Why India was not in top 10 economies before 2014? It is not that Modi has brought money from his home and invested in India. No, he has exploited that potential of Indians and used it in a better way, in a more advanced way. Then India was considered a country in Russian bloc all the time. Never ever any say in international affairs or any other things. We were following some camp. Now India is asked by America to follow American lines on Ukraine-Russia war. And we saw the reply from Shri Jaishankarji that we are neither in this camp nor in that camp. We have our own camp. He was said that why India is buying petrol from Russia, cheap petrol. And Shri Jaishankarji said that we are not taking decisions for the benefits of America or Russia. We are looking at 1.4 billion Indians, and we have our priority of benefits of our own people. So I think Modi ji has changed the course of life, course of history of India. And credit should be given to him. Because after all, it is the same India before Modi and after Modi. Before Modi, there were hardly any one or two CEOs of Indian origin of global corporate sector. Today, there are dozens of CEOs of international corporates like Google, like Microsoft, like you name it, and all this. Even World Bank president is an Indian origin. These are the same Indians who were there Indian before Modi ji also. But he has brought the opportunities for Indians. There are five important sectors of global economy: weapons, pharmaceutical, food grains, energy, and IT and computers. India is self-sufficient in five. Energy, I won't say self-sufficient, but India has biggest, largest, and most important refineries, oil refineries of the world. And India is getting petrol, gas, diesel on very cheap rates from Middle East also, from Russia also, Iran also, Venezuela also. This is happening because of Modi ji, his leadership. So Modi ji is a Vardhan, he's an avatar, and biggest thing is that uh, we see scams, financial scams, corruption scandals. Top 10, all are before Modi ji. Nirav Modi, he did all the corruption, all the wrongdoings in Congress era and ran away. Vijay Malia ran away. And they all ran away in Modi period because they were afraid that they will be apprehended. Lalit Modi, Nirav Modi, Choksi, Malia, they all did wrongdoings in Congress era and ran away in Modi era. I don't say that India is corruption free. Maybe India has very deep corruption issues. Policemen, a traffic havaldar, a file passing in a government office, small, but the bigger leaders' corruption has disappeared. Your
Sure.
prime minister is not corrupt. Now, for example, if 100,000 corruption, 100,000 rupees corruption, always the largest share goes to top. So 20,000 goes to prime minister. Then a small officer will do corruptions in thousands, lakhs, crores, maybe 1 crore, 2 crore. At prime minister level, there are lakh crore, 100,000 crore, 2 lakh crore, 5 lakh crore. This is level of corruption which happens, which is not happening. Your biggest state, UP, is run by a sadhu, a yogi. You cannot expect corruption. You see the families of Yogi Modi and you say that ये corrupt नहीं हो सकते. We saw Modi ji's mother living in a simple small house,
Yes.
simple life. Modi ji has no properties, no foreign bank accounts, nothing at all. Yogi ji, we saw his mother, his sister, his father when died, very poor conditions. So corruption is not happening. The five bigger sectors, pharmaceutical, arms, food grains, energy, India is exporting things. India is importing petrol from Russia, exporting to other countries. India's pharmaceutical is, global pharmaceutical giants like Pfizer and Moderna and all, they are afraid. They have fear of Indian pharmaceuticals because the Ayurveda and historical things of India, they are afraid that India will overtake every pharmaceutical issue in the world. Then food grains. India is the biggest exporter of grains, dal, chawal, uh, gandum to Middle East. Iran is the country that uses most rice, and their 40% import of rice is from India. Saudi Arab, Kuwait, Qatar, UAE, Oman, Bahrain, they all import 30 to 40% requirement of their grains, dairy, butchery from India. And then India has BRICS. India is member of BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, this bloc has 42% of global GDP. This bloc has 40% of military power of the world. So India is changing because of Modi ji. Otherwise, it was same India in 2014 also. It is same India, but the India has changed. And that is because of leadership, and leadership is important.
Thank you very much for such explaining it so deeply. Our viewers must have been enlightened by your insights and various topics. Now we are coming to the conclusion of our show. Again, we are talking about our current Prime Minister, Honorable Shri Narendra Modi ji, he who has the penchant of awarding Padma Awards and say them as People's Award. And very recently, we have seen trends of this award going to many non-Indians who have done a lot of exemplary works outside India and promoted Indian ethos, culture, tradition, and truth about India. On your level, we have seen you are a public figure, human rights champion with millions of followers. You have done a lot of activities promoting Indian culture, the truth about India, and you had dispelled a lot of misinformations about India and made people all over the world aware about the truth. How would you react to a prospective potential of you being a Padma awardee?
Well, honor is an always honor, but I think I have got such a huge respect, love, trust, and support from my Bharatiya Parivar. Because what I am doing is not something for a reward or something for a return, but I am doing all these things because I think there was so much wrong done by my community to my country. First of all, my community, the community that I was born in and that I belong to, they created they divided India, and they created a separate country from my Matra Dharti, which was the biggest crime on humanity, because this great country was divided on religious lines, two nation theories. We There is no nationhood in Islam. We are Indians. Now, for example, if one from my ancestors changed his religion, I became another nation. I was Indian. There are every faith in globe. You will find it in India. Be a Parsi, be a Jew, be a Christian, be a Muslim, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain. Every religion you will find in India. That does not make India different nations. They all are Indian. But we were divided on the name of religion. Then, uh, so I'm doing it to compensate maybe that what's wrong done. Then, for example, uh, when I came to Belgium, I was 26-year-old and sitting with my friends, Pakistani friends. And one friend said that, यार हिस्ट्री में तुम्हारा सबसे अच्छा फेवरेट हीरो कौन है? And I said Mahmud Ghaznavi, because I was taught like this. But when I started human rights work and I got engaged with free education and true history, and the first thing shockingly came in front of me was that Mahmud Ghaznavi looted Somnath 17 times, which was making me proud. And the realization was that my ancestral village was not far than 50 kilometers from Somnath. And first thing I realized when I was sleeping on that night, I could not sleep. I was feeling ashamed because I realized that it means that Mahmud Ghaznavi 17 times came to that area. He killed my ancestors. His army raped
Yes.
my ancestral women. My ancestral women and children were kidnapped, enslaved, and sold in the bazaars of Ghazni, Baghdad, Damashq. And that realization, I was shaking. I said that how foolish I was, that I was considering the murderer, the violators of my ancestral land and people. I was considering him as a hero, and I could not sleep that night. So it was ever since it was my wish that one day I could go to Somnath, stand in front of Shivalinga of Somnath, and shed some tears to say to Somnath ji that yes, it was our mistake. It was our ancestors' mistake, and I'm here not to correct, but just to give my apology and give my commitment that I will keep working for this nation, this civilization, these people. So I'm not doing for anyone else, I'm doing it for myself, my promise to my ancestors. And the biggest award is that when I wake up in the morning and I open my email, there are always some 10, 12 emails, people appreciating my work, supporting me. There are so many messages coming in. People are watching my videos. What else one can expect? So this is the biggest award. Now, Padma and these things, they are so big. I don't feel that I qualify for them because there are hundreds of thousands of so noble Indians. They are doing so big karya and big work around the India, around the world. For example, there is a man working in a small village in India for the betterment of his people on ground, fighting the exploitive sarpanch or chaudhry or a very corrupt leader or these things. They are doing better than me. I am living in my London home in a safe atmosphere, speaking in front of my camera is much smaller than one who is doing things on ground. And there are hundreds of thousands of Indians doing these things who deserve much more than what I am getting.
Thank you very much, Sister. Gratitude. Of course, you're above all these awards. Now, coming to the final message for our viewers, for our brothers and sisters who are watching you through the world, for the media personnel, how you motivate them about promoting and protecting human rights as a final message to them all. Thank you.
Well, if we can do anything to protect human rights of human beings, we should do. The least we can do is raise our voice for them. Wherever we see human rights of human beings are violated, the least we can do is raise our voice. If we cannot do anything, at least tweet. We have opportunities to raise our voice in different ways. Before social media, everyone had to come to streets to shout, to scream. But now you have Twitter, you have Facebook, you have YouTube, you have Instagram, you have LinkedIn, you have every platform, and you can shout, you can raise your voice for the betterment of human beings. Uh, Human beings deserve every good thing in this world, and they don't get it. The world is so selfish now. The world is, I'm talking about the exploitative powers, the capitalist. I'm not against a rich person, but I'm against the wrongdoing of a rich person or small poor person. Anyone doing wrong thing, anyone trying to destroy humanity. So every human being has a duty to raise at least voice, and if we raise voice in millions and then billions, then people get afraid. The exploitators, the one who are doing wrong, they get afraid. Uh, People in large numbers, when they raise voice, people in small numbers doing wrong things are obliged to change their things. So, and if you cannot even raise your voice, at least forward the people's message who are raising their voice so that the message goes on and more message goes on, better and better human life on earth.
Thank you very much for the extensive conversations with us and enlightening our viewers on various topics, especially about human rights. And we appreciate your crucial time, your valuable time. And on behalf of the viewers of Positive India, Aapka Dr. Bhaiya, I, Dr. Sumant Mishra, thank you. My sincere gratitude from heartfelt gratitude from the heart. Thank you. Bahut dhanyawad. Thank you very much. We'll be in touch with you. And God bless you with all the power and positive feelings. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Namaskar.
Dr. Thank you very much for honoring me with this platform and these words. And I will always be thankful. Thank you, every viewer and my supporters. Thank you very much. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Hind.
Jai Shri Ram.